I know you all have been anxiously awaiting how has COVID-19 impacted the real estate market in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. Today, we're breaking down those numbers. Hey everyone, it's Shelly from the Shelly Killinger Group here at RE/MAX. So today we are bringing you some much anticipated news. How has COVID-19 impacted the real estate market here in the Pittsburgh area, but also the South Hills of Pittsburgh, which is the region that we serve. And before we get into all of the numbers, I kind of want to note something. Obviously we're in the midst of the COVID pandemic. Currently, as of this filming on May 7th, we are under a shelter-in-place order from the governor. And real estate is not considered essential. So we are still selling homes, but it is all virtual. So there are no in-person showings, no open houses, no standard marketing that we would normally do. So it's just really interesting to kind of keep that in mind as we go through some of these numbers. So if we take a look at the month of April, we're looking at April 1st through May 1st in the region of the southwest section of Pittsburgh. In April, we listed 77 properties active for sale. If we combine that with the properties that were already on the market, that leaves us with 486 properties active for sale as of May 1st. Now, that may seem like a lot, but if we take a look at our last year's numbers, we were well over 680 properties for sale on the market. So we have taken a little bit of a hit, which obviously we could expect in the midst of a pandemic. We're listing roughly 3 new properties per day, which is down from the month of March when we were listing roughly 6 properties per day. So the inventory really is very, very low, honestly. We're in a low inventory situation. We are at about a 2 months housing supply, which means if nothing else were listed, it would take roughly 2 months to sell all of the current inventory. Now, typically speaking, we are looking for 6 months supply for a neutral, normal market. Anything over 6 months supply, there's more houses than there are buyers out there. That's considered a buyer's market. Anything lower than a 6 month supply, that is considered a seller's market. So there are fewer houses than there are buyers. Houses are sought after. And so right now, we're not just only in a seller's market, we are in a hot seller's market. So when we are in a hot seller's market, we often see homes start to sell more quickly. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. If we take a look back at our March numbers, on average in March, our days on market was 60 days on market. If we take a look at April, we were at 48 days on market. That is quite a dip. That's quite a decrease for us to see. And houses are selling much, much more quickly than they were even just 30 days ago. Again, it probably goes back to the fact that we don't have very many houses on market. We're in an incredibly low inventory situation with only 2 months supply on the market. So it kind of goes back to the houses that are on the market are very sought after and they're going quickly. A lot of our customers are asking about prices. How has COVID-19 impacted prices in the South Hills of Pittsburgh? And that leads us to take a look at the list price to sale price ratio. List price to sale price ratio is the difference between where the property was listed and then where the property actually sold. And so if we take a look back at the March numbers, we were at 98.5% list price to sale price ratio. So what that means that homes were selling on average for 98.5% of what the seller had it listed for. So if we take a look at this past month in April, we were sitting just below 98%. Now that is a little bit of a dip. I don't think it's anything to panic about. It roughly is $1,000 on a $200,000 home here in the South Hills of Pittsburgh, but it is a dip and it's something that you should probably just be aware of. We do see changes in list price to sale price ratio from month to month, but just something to note that we did see a 0.5% drop in list price to sale price ratio between the months of March and April. That could potentially be because there are fewer multiple offer situations happening, and multiple offer situations typically force buyers to go higher than they normally would, so that might be a contributing factor, but just something to note. Overall, guys, we are still seeing properties move. Buyers are still out looking. The sellers that are listing are selling in short order. It is still very competitive. If you are a buyer out there looking, you need to contact your agent and get a virtual showing as soon as you can if you find a house that you're interested in. If you are a seller, a lot of them are looking at this as an opportunity because there aren't very many homes on the market at the moment. And the ones that are on the market are selling quickly. So, if you've had thoughts of buying or selling, please reach out to us with any questions. We're more than happy to sit down with you and talk about how has COVID-19 impacted the buyer and seller process, how are things different, and is buying and selling right now the right move for you? Of course, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. We post every single Tuesday. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.